Hey, what's up guys, Impact here, and today I'm going to be doing a video on Fortnite live events, like what all the live events that have happened so far. So, before this video starts though, I want to give a huge shout out to this video sponsor, Fatal Grips. They make grips and controller skins and stuff like that for controllers. Make sure to use code IMPACT at checkout for 10% off. But anyways, let's get on with the video here. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about the live events that have happened in Fortnite so far. So, let's get started. Now, the first live event that was to ever happen in Fortnite was the Meteor event in Season 3, which it started off Season 4. It was what destroyed Dusty Divot, which was then after that was named Dusty Depot, and it caused every single event succeeding it. Really, it was also the first event, obviously. It started with a small comet in the sky that kept getting larger by the day. People thought it was going to hit Tilted, destroy that for some reason, and the Epic even played along with the community by placing watch stations on top of buildings and Tilted and stuff, and around there. And then one day, the meteor started descending towards the map, and it hit Dusty Depot, turning into Dusty Divot. Oh, sorry, yeah, it was called Dusty Depot. Then it changed to Dusty Divot. Yeah. After that, there was Season 4, the rocket launch. Or it was really the blast off event, but people call it the rocket launch. It happened at the end of Season 4. It started by the visitor arrived in the map inside of the meteor. He found the rocket, somehow programmed it to travel through multiple dimensions. After he launched the rocket, he went through the map, shooting through what would later be called rifts. The rocket was finally about to hit the towers, and until it was consumed by a rift. The rocket then emerges by a nearby loot lake, blasts in the sky, and forms a crack. Season 5 was the next live event, which was the Cube event. Happened in the middle of Season 5. The event started when lightning shot down from the rift, which was created by the rocket event back in Season 4. It created a giant purple cube on top of a hill near Paradise Palms. People in the community named it Kevin for some reason. I don't know why. And it started to move across the map and would bounce back any player who touched it. It created 6 runes to make it made 6 rooms before it dropped to Loot Lake and sunk into it. Once the cube had sunk, the surface of Loot Lake became purple and bouncy just like the cube. The next live event was in Season 6 with the floating island. Kevin, the cube, somehow reached Loot Lake house and turned into the floating island, leaving a vortex at the center of Loot Lake, which was temporarily renamed Leaky Lake for a little bit there. It also made the 6 runes turn into corrupted areas where zombies came out and stuff. It traveled to the 6 corrupted areas that the cube created in Season 5. It made its way back to Leaky Lake. The island opened up a portal that caused the whole island to explode into pieces. And the fiends, the zombies from Save the World, to appear. And then next was the Butterfly event, and again in Season 6. It happened in the middle of Season 6, so. As the cube constantly started fighting back, it started draining its energy, but was starting to leak, dripping into a whirlpool in Loot Lake. After a day of leaking, the cube was finally empty of energy. The cube then started to spin and emitted a petrifying white light. As the white turned gray, the cube exploded and a blinding white light covered all the players' screens. Everyone was teleported to the in-between. After floating around for a while, a giant rift started to form. It took the shape of a giant butterfly. It started to shrink while moving over to the player. The player stuck out their finger and the butterfly landed on it. Then another flash of light appeared and the players were back on the island via a rift. Leaky Lake has been uncorrupted, but it's not the same as before. Then in Season 7 we had the Ice Storm. It happened in the middle of Season 7. It was preceded by the Ice King casting a spell and an ice spear over Polar Peak for 3 days. When the event started, the Ice King broke out of the ice ball. He proceeded to make a giant projection of himself, which took form over the ocean. He waved his hand back and forth a few times before casting it forward with a large projection, mimicking his movements. After he cast his hand forward, the entire map was blanketed in snow. Then after that was the 2019 live event, occurring every hour. A rift from the sky cracked to release a disco ball. The ball drops as the countdown begins, and fireworks are displayed around the island. It ends with one big firework that says 2019. Then in season 8 we had the Marshmallow concert. In February of 2019, there was a live Marshmallow concert. The concert was roughly 10 minutes long and featured multiple of Marshmallow's songs. As the song cycled, the stadium got different special effects, anti-gravity, skydiving, etc. Then, and also in season 8, the unvaulting event, or some people call it the Nexus event, was an event that took place on May 4th of 2019, near the end of season 8, as this season's major event. Following the events late season 8, the vault in Loot Lake opened, but not in every battle royale out there. Players could jump into the vault to enter the in-between. Similarly to the Butterfly event, players were then allowed to choose a weapon to unvault. There were 6 options: Bouncers, Drum Gun, Grappler, Infinity Blade, Planes, and the Tactical SMG. Players chose the Drum Gun to return to the game, and it promptly was. After the Drum Gun was unvaulted, players were brought back to the island. After leaving the in-between, players were launched into the air. The volcano promptly erupts, destroying half of Retail Row, cracking Polar Peak, and destroying Tilted Towers entirely. But somehow the insurance building survived. I don't know how that happened. Then in Season 9, we had the Final Showdown event, which was a Fortnite event that took place on July 20th, 2019. Not near the end of Season 9. Since releasing the Monster Team banner and the Mech Team banner in the item shop for gifting only, alongside a sign saying "I Heart" with a picture of Mecha's head on the sign, the event is assumed to be the Monster and Mecha, the giant robot at Pressure Plant fighting. The monster appeared outside the Battle Royale map between the block and Lazy Lagoon. It also shown the Ice King's castle on top of him. The monster first created a laser beam around the spot, but didn't do any damage to anything. Then the monster tried to open the vault for the power orb that was inside. Mecha then started to make his appearance from Pressure Plant. It first started with Mecha throwing rockets towards the monster, also completely destroying the Ice King's castle in the process. The monster then shoots his laser beam towards Mecha, knocking it off its feet. Mecha got back up, then ran towards the monster and jumped him into the outside river west. Mecha then made his appearance, thought that he was the winner, and the monster jumps out and tries to take Mecha down, but Mecha throws him into the water, destroying Mecha's left arm in the process. Mecha then went to the vault, staggering. Mecha fell to the ground. Slowly he got back up. At this point, the monster was already back on land. Mecha smashes the vault and grabbed the orb from inside the vault. Mecha then absorbed the power of the orb, cracking it, and then put down the orb. The monster was about to attack Mecha, but Mecha punches the monster, knocking him down. Mecha then goes to Neo Tilted and grabs the Statue of Singularity, which reveals it to be a sword. Then Mecha walked to the monster with a slow-mo scene of the monster is about to beam Mecha, but then Mecha stabs him midair, instantly killing him. And then in Season 10, we had the end event that happened right at the end of Season 10 with Season X. Since Season X was all about celebrating Chapter 1 in its entirety, it would only make sense that the rocket should be made for the second time. It started in Dusty Depot with the rocket launching from the warehouse. Then it created a rift in the sky. Another rift brought by rift zones cracked some more. The rocket gets out of the rift, moving to all parts of the map. Later on, more rockets, which might come from the 7, join in until one rocket formed a rift for the other rockets to go. The next rift appeared on the back of the meteor. The rockets moved to the front to create a rift for the rockets to loop through. As the rockets loop around the meteor and move faster, the rift enlarges and the meteor sucked inside the rift. The last rift appeared on top of Loot Lake with a laser beam pointing at the sphere and destabilizes it even more. The meteor goes straight for the sphere as the rocket escapes the island. The meteor squishes the sphere of influence brought by the sphere and ends up destroying the sphere. This caused a vortex to completely suck the entire island into the in-between and made a black hole. This also made cameos from Tomato Head and as well as the battle bus itself. The game was also sucked in the black hole. Entering the game at any point after the event caused a cutscene to depict the 0-point sphere explosion and sucks the lobby and makes the black hole. The new map was nearly created by the meteor. The black hole ended at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday, October 15th, and got sucked out of the time orb. Turk, Journey, and Ripley started hunting to discover where they ended up, which was actually revealed to be the new map. And then in Chapter 2, Season 1, we had the Live at Risky Reels event. It happened on December 14th, 2019 at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. The event starts with an intergalactic space battle to be followed by a spaceship landing at the platform. From there, you can see familiar faces exit the spaceship, like Star Wars director J.J. Abrams. Before the event actually starts, the director asks everyone what the scene is about by stepping on the platforms. Wow, I really can't speak right now. He stepped on the platforms near the stage. Afterwards, the scene is being premiered. It has a length of about a minute. After the scene is done, they ask the players about their favorite lightsaber color, but is interrupted by another battle. Then the game goes slow-mo as the ships leave the Battle Royale island. The event ends. However, they left a chest that contains a lightsaber. The color of the lightsaber depends on your vote on the last question. Servers are shut down to bring the new features in the game. Then, newest is the 2020 live event. Occurring every hour like it did in 2019, it appeared to be the same as the 2019 event from Season 7, except the end where it shows 2020 with a llama on top. So, those are the current events as of right now. I'm pretty sure. I think there's a Chinese New Year event. Not completely sure though. So yeah. Hope y'all liked the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below what you guys would like to see next on the channel. And that's all I have for you guys today. See you next time.